What did a teacher say that broke your heart? Mrs. Chen was the most feared teacher at our school. 3 students had transferred out of her class last semester alone. Her calculus tests were impossible, and she'd never accept late work, not even when Ben's grandmother died. During our midterm, I noticed her staring at Tommy's desk with an intensity that made the whole room freeze. He'd been folding his scratch paper instead of working. Classic Tommy, always finding new ways to fail. But instead of exploding, Mrs. Chen slowly walked to his desk. The class held its breath. She picked up his half-finished paper fold and asked him to teach her. We thought it was a trap. Tommy nervously demonstrated the folds while we watched in confusion. Mrs. Chen's hands shook as she copied his movements. When she finished her first attempt, it looked nothing like a crane. That's when she started crying. Not quiet tears, deep, gut-wrenching sobs that echoed through the silent classroom. Our terrifying math teacher was breaking down in front of us, clutching a crooked paper crane. "I've spent 6 years being the strictest teacher in this school," she whispered, "because I thought it would make the pain go away." She pulled out a small wooden box, hands trembling. Inside was a perfect paper crane. My daughter made this during her last chemotherapy session. She believed if she made 1,000 cranes, she would get better. She only made it to 987. The next morning, our class skipped first period. When Mrs. Chen walked in, 1,000 paper cranes hung from her ceiling.